What's up? Little update. The SimMagic mount is done. Faceplate came out nice. Able to swap both wheels back. Used to have the Fanatec with the QR2. Now it's down to the SimMagic, which these side mounts for the wheels, the 3D printed mount had to be redone. That's fairly easy, a Thingiverse file. But got the new mount for the SimMagic Quick Connect, and this is the way the mount turned out. Got a welded front plate with the bolt pattern for the base, and then these two M8s, one with a fixed rotation and a nylon spacer to add some grip and slippage. Kind of does both. And then this bottom one milled out a rotational slot at a perfect radius for rotating around this point for this M8. That way, if you loosen this up, you can get a little tiltage of the wheelbase depending on preference. So it's got about 5 degrees on it, which sits well for the seats. This one did come with the emergency stop mounted on the left. Hopefully never have to use it, but it is there. What else? Simple mounted the power supply in the same spot as the old Fanatec. Coming on up. As far as any difference between the DD1 and this, there's plenty of reviews out there. It's taken me a while to make the change, and it's hard for me to be convinced that this is doing something different than the Fanatec. But I don't know what it's doing. It's a lot easier to catch slides in Iracing with the SimMagic versus that Fanatec. It probably has to do with the motor style. Where here, it's an outrunner motor, so the actual rotation of drive is the outside, which much more moving mass is required to get that to spin, which takes a longer time for it to ramp up to full power. Where the SimMagic is a servo-based standard it's got a center central shaft with very low inertia, and that allows it to ramp up to torque a lot quicker than the Fanatec. It's probably why you can catch slides easier, because you're feeling it quicker, you're feeling it more instantaneously. The 360 hertz, that's all gimmick. It adds latency. It ain't worth it. Until Iracing truly outputs 360 hertz of data and doesn't delay it in packets of 16 milliseconds, it will never be worth it. So yeah, that's mounted. What else happened here? I redid the surge, the long ass surge experiment, 2,200 millimeter. Pointless. Don't do it. Now we're down to 800. It's just enough to get that pulse of acceleration feeling, and then a low pass filter to gradually dive off of that initial pulse so you don't feel it wash back to zero, waiting for the next shift or the next step of the accelerator. So, and also this helps with having two now mount points on the ground into the concrete slab. The amount of stiffness in this direction is much greater, so the traction control has a better reaction point to be able to push off of that rail without much slop or bendiness of the rails. So that should give a little bit more traction control fidelity in the motion cue of feeling it kick. Overall, it's getting close. Like, the whole goal of this is for immersion 1, but for 2, I really wanted this motion sim to aid in the driving, not just be a carnival ride. Like, it needs to give you cues where you can feel the car and you know how much wheel bite am I getting from my nose tilt, how much brake am I applying, how much traction do I have, how much slip angle do I have. And without that, this is all pointless. This should be helping you drive, not hindering your lap times, and it is helping. Like, it's taken 3 years, but it's getting very, very close. Well, I got a 3D printer to attain to and driving home to see the family tomorrow. But later.